Tzintzuntzan Site Museum. It shows the development of the Tarascan capital and its inhabitants, notable goldsmiths, potters, smelters, free warriors and builders of round-based temples, the Yacatas. A window into their religion, wars and everyday, urban and productive life. Although in the archaeological zone of Tzintzuntzan there has been a large amount of archaeological work since the 19th century, and with greater intensity in the 20th, it was not until 1992 when, at the request of archaeologist Efraín Cárdenas, a series of efforts were combined that culminated in the construction of a small introductory room to the site, where some pieces were exhibited. This was the first site museum in Tzintzuntzan and was located at the northeast end of the Great Platform. During the following 2 decades, attempts were made in different ways to expand and improve this small museum until, in 2012, and as part of the work of the Michoacán Special Project by archaeologist Olga Lidia Landa, a new museum space was projected a few meters from the old one. The building is located on the property known as La Tira and was designed by the architects Salvador Aceves and Saúl Alcántara, who were inspired by the shapes and lines of the Yacatas, those mixed-floor buildings characteristic of the area. On a large rectangular base, several temples with a circular base. With this effort it was possible to inaugurate the new place, although due to different situations it was not possible to complete the museographic proposal. In 2014, thanks to the push of the INAH Michoacan Center and the National Coordination of Museums and Exhibitions of INAH, it was possible to make a new, more complete museographic proposal, which could realize the old desire that it would not be exclusively the archaeological site, but also reflect the breadth and social complexity of the Tarascan lordship and allow us to delve into the history of the early viceregal period. In addition, it was sought to integrate all the spaces previously built in the archaeological zone. The old site museum was transformed into an introductory audiovisual room to the history of the archaeological site, while the new building, through an attractive museography, is showing some of the most relevant archaeological pieces of the Tarascan period. And an audiovisual room is used to complement the information on the complicated social stratification that existed among the Tarascans at the end of the pre-Hispanic period. On the other hand, in 2015, the old cabin built in the first half of the 5th century next to Yacata was remodeled to use one of its areas as a temporary exhibition hall. It has already presented different archaeological and research works carried out both in Tzintzuntzan and in other areas of the state of Michoacan. Today, the visitor can admire the ceramic pieces known as patojos, tripod vessels, stirrup handle vessels and pouring, all characteristic of the Tarascan culture, axes, hatchets, needles, bells and ornaments made of bronze, copper tin alloy, bezoats, polished obsidian earmuffs, some inlaid with turquoise, points, knives and other lithic artifacts and some petroglyphs. All these materials allow us to have an overview of the culture of the highest strata of Tarascan society, and their combination with various plates of La Relation de Michoacan allow them to be appreciated as objects of daily life, rituals, religious or productive practices. The tour concludes with the end of the empire and the arrival of the Spaniards, on which objects belonging to that period are shown, and realizes the part of the 16th century when both groups inhabited this ancient city. All the contents exhibited in the museum, as well as the interpretative certificates, are permanently updated in the light of the new discoveries resulting from the different archaeological projects that are currently carried out in the Tarascan area. This is how the process of dissemination of archaeological research constitutes a dynamic process of continuous change.